Now picture this, Barney. It's a cold winter's night. You're sitting in a darkly lit room. Over the glow of a soft single candlelight sits your ghoulish pal, staring intensely at you with those milky white eyes. From its sharp, dry lips you can see its drool, dangling as it gleams in the soft light of the candle. Your dead pal utters only a single moan, while he sits quietly, listening, hypnotized by your every word. I'm sure you've been dreaming of this moment. The good news is, zombies really enjoy a little late-night banter before heading off to sleep, so don't be afraid to spend a little quality quiet time while having a word or two with your little dead dude Hal. Your non-living guy will enjoy it and be mesmerized by your every word. Oftentimes, your dead friend will chime in with a low moan or groan to indicate that he's in agreement with you.
Really?
Yes, Barney, it's true. You'll finally have some, thing, I guess, who really gets you. Well, maybe in your case, even Hal won't get you. Anyhow, it's still a good chance to further bond with your dead guy. So take this moment and share whatever you're thinking, or read to Hal a bedtime story. Maybe one that you loved when you were a child.
How about Frankenstein?
Yeah, a story about a reanimated corpse. Good idea, dumbass. I mean, don't you think that maybe it would be hitting a little too close to home?
How would that be?
Never mind. Just take my word for it and don't read that one. Try reading a short story to your drooling pal. Something lighthearted, and avoid stories that are too dark or heavy. So, for instance, I'll just throw out a random name like Frankenstein. Yeah, don't read something like that. After all, Barney, you don't want your gruesome guy to have nightmares. Just something that will put Hal into a sleepy time mood. I would also advise you to avoid telling the story about how you were a big fat loser in school, that you are always getting picked on and having to endure painful wedgies, because even your dead pal will think he's cooler than you. Yeah, Barney, I know all about that too. Like I said, I'm just super intuitive. Or perhaps I really am possibly God. Now, Barney, as you might know, your lovable sack of waste, you know your buddy Hal, the dead guy, won't really nod off to sleep, since zombies don't require any. Even though that's the case, you'll still want to give Hal some happy thoughts to keep him calm and quiet during the night. So just keeping him amused with a good book before bedtime can really work like magic.
Magical books then.
Now, Barney, I'm afraid books don't actually possess any magical powers.
Is there any place I could purchase some?
Look, Barney, there simply aren't any books that possess magical powers.
Well, I think you're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
Well, I don't believe you. You're lying to me.
Okay, Barney, since you don't believe me, I'll tell you the truth. But you must promise me to keep this a secret.
Well, certainly I'll keep your secret.
You will? Good then. If you really want to find magical books, you must go to the local zoo. There they have stacks of magical books, but they're buried in the lion's cage.
Really?
Yeah, trust me, Barney, you'll find plenty hidden there. Try to avoid continually bringing up your silly obsession over a fantasy subject like magic. Not only is it ridiculous and super annoying, it also detracts from the very serious subject of pet zombie care. How can I stay on topic if you continue with this bullshit? I mean, come on, we might as well be talking about the nympho who flies over your house every night in an alien spacecraft which is piloted by a chihuahua in a miniskirt, just hoping for the day that you'll finally take notice.
Really? Do you know her name or have her number?
No, Barney, I don't have her name or her phone number. But oddly enough, I hear she hangs out in the lion's cage at the zoo.
Well, that's weird.
Weird, right? What a coincidence.
Well, do you think I should go see her?
Yes, Barney, I think you should go and meet her there. While you're at it, you could dig up those magical books too. Okay, since your weekend at the zoo is all planned, let's continue, Barney, and go over some other good topics you could discuss with your dead little dude. Also, keep in mind, these late-night chats make for a good way to really connect with your undead guy Hal and form a tight bond with your deadly buddy. So try to think of subjects or topics, other than magic that is, that you enjoy or find interesting.
I find the idea of opening a hamburger shop with a magical theme interesting.
Well, you're the only one who does, so just keep it to yourself. I also said to avoid topics about magic.
Well, it's not about magic. It's about a hamburger shop, which me and Hal were thinking of opening.
Listen, Barney, as I told you before, your dead buddy Hal thankfully won't even remember that idea. So just do like your dead buddy and forget it as well. Maybe, for instance, you could talk about football or basketball. Perhaps in your case, how you're practicing to become the ultimate jerk. I'm sure you're an expert by now on that subject. Anyhow, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Well, does it require any math skills?
No, Barney, it doesn't require any math skills. Yeah, too bad, right? Since that's about the only skill you have. Try, if you're a sports fan, connecting with your dead guy by regaling it with the latest news on what's happening with your favorite team. Perhaps your dead buddy Hal used to be great at sports. Just don't point out how good your dead pal used to be before the unfortunate transformation. I'm sure your dead buddy probably doesn't want to hear you say, "Remember when..."
Did you forget what you're gonna say?
No, Barney, I didn't forget what I was going to say. I purposely trailed off for effect. Yeah, that's what happened.
Well, I don't believe you.
You don't believe me? You think I forgot what I was going to say? Really, Barney, coming from an idiot like you who's so easily distracted.
Well, that's not true.
Oh, Barney, it's true. I mean, it's like if I were to, oh, look, a penny. Now, what was I saying?
I forgot. I was trying to find that penny.
Well, just keep looking. I'm sure it's down there somewhere. Anyway, Barney, I think you've gotten the idea.
I still can't find the penny.
Forget about the penny. It must have magically disappeared.
You really think so?
Yes, I'm sure it was a magical penny. But don't worry, there's plenty of them too at the zoo.
You mean in the lion's cage?
Yes, Barney, in the lion's cage with the nympho and the many magical books. So for now, can we just get back on topic?
Yeah, that'd be fine. That's just, just try to clarify, that's all. Just glad to know it's in the lion's cage, safe as can be, yeah.
Okay then, great. Now, like I was saying, try to talk about things that interest you. They could be about sports, hobbies, or anything for that matter. Just don't embarrass yourself by revealing too much. Like how you love to wear diapers after a hot shower and prance around. The diapers are because I have a rash and they're very, very comfortable to wear. Well, at any rate, Barney, it might be something you've been itching to get off your chest, but your dead buddy Hal doesn't really care to know how weird you really are.
Well, I'm not weird. Just my skin gets easily irritated.
Whatever, Barney. But if I were you, I would just stick to reading books. I mean, better to just play it safe. Try not to reveal all of your most perverted, twisted, and deviant thoughts to your little dead dude Hal. Now, I'm sure this will be difficult for you, since you have an overabundance of them brewing in your head. And even though your little dead guy can't ever tell a soul, Hal's still bound to think of you as one sick dude. So spare your dead pal the intimate details and spare yourself the subsequent humiliation, which is something I'm sure you're quite used to by now, but isn't it just wiser to avoid it altogether? I'm sure your dead buddy Hal will appreciate it, that's for sure. Again, Barney, conversations with your zombie are a good way to create a good connection with your undead buddy. Remember, Hal used to have interesting thoughts and ideas once, which is more than you can say. So Hal, listening to you ramble on and on, may be very cathartic to you both. Perhaps you'll find some common interests, other than opening a stupid magical hamburger shop and sleeping with your wife. But probably whatever it is, it won't have anything to do with prancing around in diapers. I'm pretty certain of that. On a brighter note, you already have quite a few things in common. Like, you're both meat eaters, so at least you got that going. Aren't you lucky? Also, perhaps in your dead guy's past life, your drooling buddy Hal was a complete loser in school like you as well.
Well, Hal wasn't. He was very popular.
Yes, I know. But hey, I was trying to help you look on the bright side. But we both know there isn't one. One last thing to remember while you're having those long chats is to let your dead guy be involved. Don't just talk indefinitely. Give Hal a chance to join in. Maybe while you're taking bites from your burger. Yes, Barney, bite, chew, swallow, then talk. Maybe even take a breath in between. Try not to do all the talking, especially with your mouth full. Practice swallowing first before you speak. Also, it can be very easy to dominate a conversation with your dead buddy, so try to listen for an occasional grunt or moan. Maybe Hal, your dead guy, will really care that your wife was having sex with other men. But since he was screwing her too, probably not. Can you blame her though? Since you're a weird, boring little troll who lives in a fantasy world, dreaming about nymphos that read magical books as they fly all about. Oh, sorry, did I hit a soft spot? But hey, on the other hand, you'll have your dead dummy Hal to keep you company during those cold, lonely nights. I'm sure that will be great. Anyhow, Barney, while I tune out your sobbing, I strongly suggest while you're having those intimate late-night chats, you avoid just ranting on for hours and hours. No need to talk about your insecurities, depravities, magic, slutty wife, flying nymphos, hamburger cupcakes, how much you love prancing around in a diaper, or all the stupid ideas you come up with. But do try to remember, your buddy Hal can still make for a good sounding board. After all, your dead buddy is about as wooden as you can get. So if something is on your mind and it's not weird, or you do manage to come up with something interesting to talk about, don't be afraid to let your dead pal know about it. Honestly, though, as I said before, if I were you, I would just stick to reading books.